A living sacrifice is the service. Romans 12 verse 1 says, which is your reasonable service. The service you render to God should be sacrificial. If it's not sacrificial, you have not yet rendered service to God. I remember I was a church clerk in one church, and there was a good guy. He was an education officer, and we really wanted him to be a church elder. And so when we asked him, please, I was the clerk, so I would go, and I was also the clerk to the nominating committee. I would go and tell, you have been appointed as the church elder. And then he told me, no, go and tell pastor that I'm very busy at my place of work in the government service. I don't have time. Sitaki kufanya kazi alafu munipatie kuwa elder lakini sina nini. So they left him. Interestingly, when he retired, he has wanted to be an elder and they have never made him one. I don't know why. I left that place long time ago. I remember there's a gentleman he was a high school teacher. Right now he's a university professor. He was appointed as a deputy principal. And he refused. Why? He's too busy in the church. He doesn't have time for this work. Look at these two people. Are you so busy serving the nation, as good as that one is, that you cannot have space to serve God? Now we are people who are so busy serving the nation, but they also serve God. And that service to God is sacrifice. Maybe to organize, you are a head deacon, you are organizing for events, you are doing it, you are having a meeting at midnight. Because you have been busy with the president. You wake up midnight ndipo unafanya for 30 minutes, unapanga kazi ya Mungu. Sacrifice. That is what we call a living sacrifice. So he says, we must first give our own self to God as a living sacrifice, and then lay out of what we have for his honor in works of piety and charity. Service and then doing something, giving something. I'll put there tithes and offerings. Now listen, if our systematic benevolence as an Adventist church, if our systematic benevolence works, we hope it will work. The way we have organized 10-10, the needy would be invited to the church for support on a weekly or even daily basis. We have got foundations. We have charitable organizations. That's what the church is supposed to do. The church is supposed to be on the front line. If we give 10% of offering, looking at the Jewish temple, they used to have offering for the poor. And some poor girls who were holy would also come and work in the temple, like Mary, the mother of Jesus. When she was young, she was poor, she was an orphan. So she used to work in the temple. Wasichana wenye wanaosha nini, wanapanga nini, wanasaidia. Alafu that temple offering for the poor would be given to them to help them survive. That's why when Joseph, the father of Jesus, when his first wife died, and Joseph was about 70 years, also very poor. So the only thing they would do is to look for another poor girl in the temple and tell about 17, getting married to a 70-year-old man. And she had no choice than to accept. It was a good opportunity. I saw on television a 30-year-old lady getting married to a 99-year-old man. And they did a wedding. Did you see that? The old man was in a blue suit. And they asked the lady, why did you decide to get married to this man? And she said, I just wanted also to be called a wife. Hey, it was very surprising. That could be probably Mary and Joseph. But you know the story. The church is supposed to have an offering for the poor. An offering for the poor. They go up front and support. Right now we have got ADRA. ADRA is the one we are using it. But we don't give ADRA very well. But we don't need even to give ADRA. We are in Kakamega here. We can organize if we have a good offering and we support. Let me tell you, we can spend 500,000 shillings in a crusade, import speakers from America, Mackenzie Kambizi, and bring a choir from Rwanda and end up winning 10 people. You could have one more if you use this 500,000 and you organize something to give the poor, to go to the hospital. Find some people who are struggling with the bill. Mtu amekufa yuko kwa mortuary, wanataka shilingi 50,000, mnalipa. Mwingine yuko na 5,000, mnalipa. Alafu mnawaambia tuko na kanisa hapa. You will be shocked. 500,000 can bring 100 people here without crusade. And all of us may not even be good preachers, but we bring very many people here. We are supposed to be engaged in those kind of things. That's what Matthew Henry is saying. Doing good and communicating are sacrifices with which God is well pleased. And this must accompany our giving thanks to his name. If God has been bountiful to us, the least we can do in return is to be bountiful to the poor. Why should we offer that to God which costs us nothing? When we were talking about offering 10-10, somebody somewhere said, but God will have taken all my pay. No, you have 100,000 umechukua loan and upatia Mungu 20,000. Imebaki 80. Na unajua nyumba hii architect alikuwa amesema hii mali imebaki 100,000. Hii mali imebaki. So unakimbia haraka na kuchukua loan KCB 100,000. Then unakumbuka pastor alisema kwamba 20. Of course I said tithe the loan if you will pay that loan using your salary. Tithe the loan and then deduct the amount of money you are paying for the loan, then you can now tax the income that is remaining. If you don't tax the loan, you will have to tithe. If you don't tithe the loan, you will tithe all your income, and you know the loan has taken is remaining 10,000, and then the tithe is supposed to be 8. You remain with 2. You will not even come to church. So you have to give 20. You will feel a burden. He's saying, how can we offer to God that which doesn't cost us anything? When you are walking on the road here and you see some chokora asking, nisaidie shilingi 10 na unafanya tu hivi na unapeana, you feel nothing. You have not offered anything.